So I'm just gonna let this video just play in the background so it kind of just hits home, because constantly seeing it, you're not gonna focus on my voice, you're gonna focus on what's going on, and then when you realize what I'm talking about, it'll hit. Now, there's a debate on if dogs should have automatic engagements. So should they bite without being commanded? This is a perfect example of why a dog should be able to bite without being commanded. Now, as you can see, no one can see whatsoever this child. Now, hypothetically, this is a hypothetical situation, but it can happen. What if that door across, see how you got two doors across? What if one of those or both of those had doggy doors, and one of those dogs that's behind one of those doors happens to be trained in protection? If that dog knows protection in a real sense, it would pick up even on that child being in danger outside that door, and it would address it. Now, how does that play into biting? Well, if you watch my videos up until this point, you heard me talk about a thing called pressure bites. Now, with pressure bites, what I'm talking about with that is how much pressure does it require to control the situation. In this situation, the dog can grab that child, pull him away from that stairs, first of all. Secondly, take that weapon away from him completely without having to tear the kid's arm off. Think about it as you being the dog. If you want to guide your child, you might just put two fingers around its wrist and pull it. If you want to yank your child, you put your whole hand and you pull like God is coming tomorrow. That is the example of the difference in pressure. Just because you add pressure doesn't mean that you add pressure to the point where you cause damage. You can grip something with the least amount of touch, without the least amount of pressure, and a dog is able to do that and save that child. Now, another thing too with the dog, say the officer responds and it's a canine unit. The officer has a better chance of sending the dog than himself, because the child is carrying a gun like that, obviously is going to point it at someone because he's watched someone else do it, or he's watched movies of someone doing it, something. So he's going to think it's a game. He's more than likely to put a trigger on someone than he would a dog. Now, most people wouldn't think about that, but you have to think of all scenarios. You have to think of the psychology behind it. In this situation, the psychological event that's happening is this kid is conditioned at such a young age to have, sadly, a herd mentality. This kid has watched way too many movies, been around way too many people waving guns. I mean, the question about is, how the hell did this kid even get the gun? And now that he's got the gun, how the hell do you keep him from killing himself or killing someone else? Now, if you don't believe in automatic engagements, once again, what would you do if, as you can see, no one's around, and the only thing that could save this child was a dog? A dog's bite, a dog grabbing that child with its mouth. Now, if you search dog saving children, you would see what I'm talking about. Dogs have tons of videos out there of them grabbing children out of swimming pools, away from swimming pools, away from roads. That's what a pressure bite is. It's enough pressure to get the job done. It can be anywhere from a gentle tug of the clothing, a gentle tug of the arm, a gentle tug at the leg, all the way up to, hey, the kid is going to try to shoot himself. I'm going to bite, cause a little bit of damage, but guess what? It'll save the kid's life in the end. Any questions, comments, or concerns? Drop them below.